You're tuned in now to Music Men in My Mental. I'm your host, DeVone, where we handle all things your career, your relationships, and your overall health. So before we start, I'm starting to do this thing where I want us to check in with one another. I want us to see where our energy is shifting to. Is it your career? Is it your health? What's going on? What are you focusing on? I know for me, this new moon that's happening, I was really messed up in my relationships. And I was really like, am I going to get married? Am I single? What's going on? What's happening? It was driving me so crazy. But I decided to take a shift it to my career and my health and really focus on that, because at the end of the day, the purpose of this podcast is to really find some balance, to really handle this trifecta of your career, relationships, and your health, so you can find some purpose. With that being said, let's check on ourselves, look at where our energy is going to, and try to balance it out. But I'm so excited because I got a special guest on the show. And you don't even need an introduction, but I'll introduce you anyway. You may know her as Passport Cutty. She's author, she's blogger, she's a host, social media, maverick. I think you should be a comedian as well. I don't know, your stand-up career is calling you. She talks about lifestyles and relationships. She's so entertaining, but also just the fact that she talks about financial wealth and self-growth on top of just her own personal stories. And I definitely want to go into her book, her latest book, which is M and the Man is for Money, and it's the Reloaded, because it's the follow-up to the first book. So the M and Man is for Money. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to just shoot the breeze and go into it. And So welcome to the show. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Passport Cutty, author of the M and Man is for Money, and you might have seen me around on social media talking shit, basically.
That's all right. Yeah. So this book, let's just go into it. So when you say follow-up, so we basically just expanded on the last book.
Yeah, it's the same exact information from the first book, just enhanced. It's extended. When I put out the first book 2 years ago, I went on tour and I got all of this feedback from these women, and I was like, oh, I left that out. So
how much more did you have to add to it?
50% more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is like the deluxe Chris Brown CD edition.
Exactly. So there's a lot more information in there. It's a little bit more detailed, more examples, break it down a little finer into detail. Yeah.
So I'm definitely, I have it on my Audible, but I definitely need the hard copy as well.
Audible is my favorite because I narrate it.
Yes. And I know there's some points where you're probably going off on it because you're like, I can't believe I'm actually saying this out loud. And I'm cracking up. I've been walking down the street all day yesterday and I am laughing. And people are like, are you okay? I'm like, it's a book. It's a book. To the point where I was screenshotting my friend just because I didn't know that you could actually bookmark it in the actual audiobook. But I was like, yeah, so I was recording on my iPhone so I can just shoot one portion over to my friend. Now she's which we'll go into the book. She's like, girl, I'm at the bar by myself right now. And I said, oh, you ready? How'd you get there that fast? She's like, yeah, she gave the single woman advice to not go to the bar. I was like, listen it.
Yeah.
Good words do travel fast, So we'll get into that. But wait, I think you're my spirit animal for many reasons. But wait, are you actually from the Bronx?
Yes.
I am too.
Really?
Yes,
Where?
Wakanda, for real.
From where?
I'm from the South Bronx. I'm from 143rd, but my mom lives in Culver City now.
I lived there for 7 years.
See? That's what
I'm from Gun Hill Road.
And you're a Leo.
Yeah.
And I'm a Sag. No.
I love Sag.
See, but that's what... So when I first... I was late to the game following you, and I just was like, okay... Oh, let me see what she's about. So then I got obsessed. I was like, oh my gosh, she's saying everything that I always wanted to say. I just didn't have the balls. Right, and, we'll go into my own personal gems in the book. Because I was like, I'm mad at you.
Me?
Yeah. You want to know why? Because I was a week too short reading this damn book. I was like, shit, had I known this, I could have got through. Especially there's some of the things I know in my 20s that I was like,
of course.
man.
Yeah, me too.
And which I think the sad part is like, the things that you say in the book is like only experience is going to really be able to tell you about that.
Absolutely.
So if someone is reading this book in their 20s, like, are they really going to...
Yeah. Okay. So I was supposed to write this book in my 20s. Everybody asked for this book in my 20s. I originated on Twitter. So this is where it came from, you know, me talking about me dealing with guys with money, sugar daddies, this, that, whatever. I used to tweet about it all the time. And then people started DMing me, Cutty, how you get a guy to give you money? Cutty, how do you, like, emailing me? How you can ask for this or whatever. So I was like, oh, I'm going to write a book. I was like 24, 25. And I just kept on saying I was going to write it. But it's funny because I think to myself now, if you would have wrote it at 24, 25, it wouldn't have had, you know, as much wisdom in there as it really did. So
you twisted that whole book around. Like, oh, I just got so much to talk about. But when you said 40-40, I was like, everybody met their first sugar daddy at the fucking 40-40 Club ESPN on the screen. I knew where you were. I used to work there, by the way.
Oh, really?
And, oh my God, the stories at the 40-40 Club. When you started there, I said, you know what? Hands up, you know, because I knew where you were sitting. I was like, oh, I know, and I know which waitress you had and everything. You gonna buy a drink? No? All right.
That's exactly what was going on. Yeah, so I definitely, it wouldn't have been what it was if I would have wrote it in my 20s. So now I do feel a lot more confident that, you know, and then see that in the prime of that, I would have just, when I first went to the writing coach, it was like 40 pages of how to get money out of guys. And she was like, well, it doesn't seem like you're really on that right now. So what happened? I was like, I got a job. And she was like, so put that in the book. I was like, huh? Like, what?
Look at that word, a simple word that changed like your whole perspective and your platform at the same time.
Yeah,
wow.
So now I went and I did, you know, life before it, life after it, and let people know that it's not only about getting money out of guys, just having, see, because the book, it's advice for women on how to handle men and money and dating and relationships. So I found that even the people who come to the book tour, the majority of them are not out there trying to get money out of guys.
Right.
They're at least trying to get
a date.
But not even that. The people who are in relationships or in situations with guys, they're trying to at least speak up and ask them for something. Like girls are like, I can't ask him to wash my car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why? You know? So it's not just about money. It's the confidence, the self-esteem to be able to have the expectations or any sort of just confidence to say whatever, you know, be vocal in your relationship. Like, what are you scared of? He ain't gonna break up with you.
But you just have like a natural confidence about you. Like, where does that come from? Like, as I'm reading, I'm just like, man, I wish I had just a little smidget.
I didn't always have it. I talk about, you know, in the beginning of the book, I say that I used to be a sugar mama. Like in the events, I'll ask, who's a sugar mama? Who's a gold digger? Who's a duchess? I call a duchess like the person who goes Dutch, like goes half and stuff, whatever. So the girls are usually like halfway raising their hand. Nobody wants to admit they're a sugar mama. I'm like, somebody in here is a sugar mama, okay?
Right, but you just don't know it.
Or you don't want to admit it. You know you're a sugar mama. Everybody here does not have a guy who's putting out money. Everybody in here doesn't have a guy who's even at least splitting. Somebody in here is fucking with a bum ass dude.
Everyone's like, no, I got mine together. Hot girl summer.
Like somebody in here got a dude that's not, you know, doing anything. So the first guy at 21 that I talk about that I met at 40-40, at that moment, I didn't even know guys had money.
Right.
I was like, oh, snap. Like, they got $1,000? Whoa, who knew? Like, I had
we've been in the Bronx too long.
I did not know guys had money. I did not know guys had money. I didn't know guys gave money. I didn't know anything. So when he did that, it was like, you know what? Okay, let me say this. I would say strippers were some of the first people who were like, girl, you better get him for some money. You better get some money out of him. You're like, And I still wasn't really there yet. I was like, huh? You know, like I was okay with accepting. Like once the guys started coming around giving money, I was okay with the accepting. But then the asking probably didn't come in until I started hanging around strippers. Because people always thought that I was a stripper. Like, especially on Twitter. I had this naked picture up.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Sorry.
But it was.
Because when you have money and people don't know what you do, they automatically go to stripping.
No. They think you're a scammer, not a stripper.
Oh, well, no, that's 2019. But back in the 20s, probably, they were like stripper before the credit cards.
Yes. So I had, the naked picture was not supposed to be like a raunchy one. It was it was in a portfolio of a photographer who was doing like a nude portfolio of women on some artsy stuff.
Okay, it wasn't thirst trapping at all.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Okay.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it got me some followers. I ain't gonna lie, it got me some followers. Okay, so people were confused, you know, because I'm saying all of this stuff, and then I'm like naked in my profile, so then they're like, either way, one or the other got the follow. I was like, cool, you know, but so then hanging around with women like that really started making me realize that it's all about the finesse. Like, I would say Atlanta really taught me. Like, Atlanta, the people in Atlanta, they just
once you started going into Atlanta, I was like, it's a wrap for
Atlanta
her.
just has that lingo, you know, where you could say something a roundabout way and without actually saying it, they just get so creative with their lingo.
You mean like a little man on a boat?
Yeah.
I said, do I have to Google this? Is she gonna explain what a little man on a boat is? Get the book if you need to know. You want to know what it is.
I was not with that.
Atlanta, you know, that's self-talk and maybe, you know.
But more and more, I just started realizing, like, I just started trying my luck, kind of. And it was working. And then the people who it didn't work on, it was like, oh, I don't like you.
Right.
I don't like you.
And then it was okay. Just, you know, I think my favorite.
You're not for me.
My favorite jokes is like talking about the luggage, like women like really having nice luggage in order to like travel with guys. I was like, wait, that's a real gem right there, because I have friends that I invite on trips and I'm like, girl, what is your raggedy luggage? But I had learned from other guys too. Like, and now I literally only have one type of luggage. Like, everyone knows me. Like, I only have too many luggage from head to toe. Right. But that's probably from dating guys who either had money or traveling and things like that. But every time I see my friends, I'm like, girl, but you're so right. And you're saying like, what'd you say, $1 million? You can't look like a $2 and get like $1 million.
You can't get $1 million looking like $5.
Yes.
And yes, there's cases where somebody looks a hot ass mess and snags a millionaire, but it's just not that, you know. And it also depends. Like in-person encounters, that's my, you know, theory. And then, but like online, you know, it's more about how you talk and how you present yourself. So,
and you give like an actual guide on, like, it's almost like a bad bitch like mini guide. It's like, listen, this is how you can quickly look like $1 million for 100. Yeah, you know, like you go into like the shoes and the Rent the Runway. Yeah, and like I'm like
the sales and
the sales.
Now,
even get. This woman said, listen, get close to someone at your favorite local designer store. And then they will start. One, you either become really good friends and they'll give you a discount, or they'll just send you like, hey, there's a sale today. Come by. Yeah. I'm like, that's a real friend right there. Yeah. So it makes sense, because I have some friends.
I worked in retail for the majority of my life, so people were always hitting me up. I mean, you guys don't even have to be the closest of friends, you know, like. It's like, oh, let me know when they're having a sale. Okay, you text, oh, we're having a sale today, you know, whatever.
Especially if you can win and get a commission too. Yeah. It's foolproof.
Yeah, or whatever. So
I love it. I know my personal gem, since I'm always like on health and I've just had so many bad dating experiences. Yeah, but you really went into like, don't have unprotected sex, don't do it, especially if they're a married man. Like, but the one thing that you said is like, I've had these conversations with my friends, and it's like, if he does it with you, he does it with everyone. I literally last year like did a poll of all my friends and was like, are niggas using condoms? And they were like, nah. Yo, like niggas are just like pulling out their dicks, and I'm like, oh, I thought this is real. Like, we are not, but the real thing is like, they are doing it with, you are not special.
No.
Like, the thing is that, women.
Most married men that I've encountered want to have sex raw.
They want the girlfriend experience. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, seriously. They tell you I want a girlfriend, I don't want to use condoms.
Yeah. I want you to be, you're my girlfriend, so I have sex with my wife and I have sex with you.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
And they tell you.
Because that means that I'm having sex with no one else, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And they're so naive and they're so dumb and they don't care. I mean, they think it's, I don't know what they think. It's ridiculous.
It's terrible. My other gem was like respect. Like when you said the 40-40 dude and he was like, you respect everyone. And the thing that really resonated to me was like,
lesson, honey.
No, it was, but also you didn't know that you were going to have so much success at that, 21, right?
Yeah.
So you're not knowing that you're going to be cashing checks, writing books. You don't know none of this yet.
Yeah, no.
So you are being prepared to be respectful to all the people that you're going to encounter in your future.
It's true.
And he taught you that early, like, I don't care if she's the waitress. I don't care. And
if it's the busboy, I don't care if it's the girl at the door. I don't care if it's the girl at McDonald's. Like, you respect everybody. I was feeling myself. I was like, get out of here.
Right, get out of here. Because you said you were like desensitized to respect.
Yeah, before him, I was with a whole bunch of and just drama, toxic, cursing at each other, yelling at each other, fighting. I was in some
right. And when you said hanging up on someone,
I
was like,
up on him and he was
that's like my one thing I would just do. Like it was just like I'm hanging up,
right.
And even now, at my tender young age. I have to really restrain myself from hanging up on someone because I know that is like the most disrespect to, especially some people just will stop being your friend, which
he surely did.
He said, okay, have a good night.
For a whole year. He didn't answer the phone for like a year.
That's crazy.
It was bad. And then people were like, you ran after him for a year? I'm like, you don't understand. He gave me money for the first.
And you hung up on this 40-40 guy. This is her first like guy with money that she's in Atlanta. You're in New York now at this time. And you just are in your feelings. Yeah. And you just hang up on him. Jesus. You went into a lot of the sugar daddy stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean, you got some sugar daddy stories for days.
Yeah, nobody... it's funny because at the book events, sometimes I'll be like, so who signed up for a sugar daddy website? And they're like, those are real? I'm like, in the book, I said I got mine off the sugar daddy website. They're like, whoa. I'm like, yeah. They're like, they work? I'm like, yeah. Well, but that was the beginning of the sugar daddy website. Well, I don't want to say the beginning. I don't know when it started, but it wasn't as oversaturated as it is now. So
probably
right now it's very oversaturated. There's a lot of scamming going on. You got to be very careful. There's a whole bunch of people who's like, oh, I'm going to give you money. Send me your bank account. They will clear your ass out. So
oh my.
You got to be careful.
Be careful.
It's not what it used to be, So that's why like that type of lifestyle where trying to get, money from every single guy or the whole sugar daddy thing, it's probably better if you just find the guy that you like and just learn how to condition him to pay for the things that you want him to pay for instead of having to hop around. I mean, for the younger girls, it's cool because, I mean, it's the same thing as dating, hopping around, whatever. But as far as, when you get a little older and you over that, you might as well just get with somebody who you're able to just have... that conversation with, and like, listen, it's funny because I don't even like to call myself an expert, but I just like to say I'm super comfortable. Super comfortable.
I'm not saying expert, but you got experience.
Right. So now I mean a new guy be like, so what you pay for? Swear. The latest guy that I met, I was like, so what you pay for? He was like, what? What you mean? I was like, what you pay for? Hair, nails, dinner, trips?
Wait, like a hello?
No. Like, while you guys are getting to know each other and you guys have, got all of the preliminary stuff out and you guys are getting deeper and deeper, I'm like, so, what you pay for? He like, huh? What you mean? I'm like, hair, nails, tuition, tires, vacation, what? What you pay for?
What did he say?
He's like, come on now, hair, nails, that's some petty shit. I was like, my nails ain't $30.
Right.
I was like, he was like, so what's your nails? Are like $100, $150? I was like, yeah. And he said, I said, but I only go like every 5-6 weeks. So it's not like, I'm asking for that every single week. He was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He was like, yeah, I'll pay for that. I was like, hair? He was like, you don't even have no hair. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll pay for hair.
Okay.
And then,
But he already knows who you are.
Well, yes,
like
but I wouldn't do it for anybody.
Okay.
But so that's my new thing because I need to know what you're willing to pay for. And if you turn around and get offended at that, then we're not compatible.
You're not the guy for me.
Yeah, which is fine.
And what about the guys who like, I pay for everything, but I just didn't like how you came at me. But now you're like, you know how
I didn't ask you for something. I didn't ask you for anything. I asked you what type of giver are you? That's what I asked you. So I didn't ask you for anything in this moment.
It's so you just went right into that Brazilian story because like because you were basically like, there's some sugar daddy etiquette around here.
Yeah.
On top of like, you just can't ask for things right away. It's about how you do it. And so like, can you go into that Brazilian?
Okay.
It was so visually like I saw everything. I saw the restaurant you guys are at. You were like, I'm not messing with this girl no more. Are you guys friends anymore?
Mm-mm.
All right, so
I know
into
her.
that story.
Like I know her, but we're not friends. So on the vacation, we run into this stupid millionaire, and he, long story short, you know, it's all in the book. He likes my friend. He asked us to stay in this city for the extra 2 days that we were going to be there. He changed our ticket at the drop of a dime. Cost, I think the tickets were like $1,800. Yeah, it was like
$100.
Yeah, each
a person.
Yeah, and then paid for the room for two more nights. And then he goes and he says,
and y'all have known him for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, like 30 minutes. So we go and he says he books the tickets home because she's like, oh, he wants us to stay. We were supposed to go to another city. I said, well, if he wants us to stay, he got to book our ticket. And now, because
that's that stripper mentality. You did it right away, not like
I wasn't gonna be stranded.
Let's ask him after dinner. No, let's do it tomorrow.
No,
right now.
And I said it right in front of him.
That would have been me, the dumb friend. Like, just do it tomorrow. Let's just get steak dinner.
I was like, well, if he wants us to stay, he has to book our ticket nonstop home from here. He was like, oh, please sit down, have some Dom Perignon. I'm like, I'm not playing, you know. And she's like, he said he's going to do it. I'm like, okay. And then I'm, you know, because time is ticking. I'm not trying to miss my flight and then be stuck here. Mm-hmm. And this was a long time ago. I didn't have the type of money, well, not even money, but even resources, credit cards or anything like that to be just turning around. Paying $1,800 at the last minute to get home in case he flakes. I would have been calling home. Like, can you please?
From Brazil. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Can you, mommy? Can you please? Right. You know, so we go and he does it. And then we go out and then she acts the fool, ordering $5,000 worth of stuff on the menu. I don't know why. That was just like amateur shit. I was like, come on now. No, why make him spend that $5,000 for no ass reason? It's three of us. Mm-hmm. The bill was like $5,500. After he put $1,000, it was $6,500 for three of us. And I didn't even drink.
I was going to say, you don't drink. Oh my God.
She ordered a bottle of Cristal for like $3,000. And then ordered me a bottle of Moet that came with like $5.50. And the rest was like all seafood that was like super lobster and shit. And I was like, okay, whatever. Oh, so he's like, tomorrow, I'm going to take you on a $50,000 shopping spree. And she's like, she's like, I can't be bought. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I can't, nope, okay, not me, not talking about me.
He's like, we're going to go on a yacht and we're going to sail up and down Rio and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, a yacht is a yacht. It ain't the little white boat that we be getting on for the sunset cruise, all right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's a yacht. She's like, I want longevity. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you longevity. I'm like,
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, my God, why do you want longevity? We met him 3 hours ago now. Like, what?
Was she a Sag?
No, Taurus.
Oh, yeah, duh. I I could have answered that one.
So I was like, so then, later on, I mean, like things were she just didn't have no game, you know? So later on, the next day, we don't go. She just fucked it up, basically. She just fucked the whole shit up. So the last day we were there, I'm like, he didn't call. What happened? Where he at? And
I have a taste for
and she's like, oh, he been acting funny. And I'm like, acting funny? Why? He wanted you to sleep with him? Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, he been acting funny because I told him that if he really cared about me, he would give me $10,000 for my business, for my event that I'm trying to throw.
She was really gung-ho on that business, so that was like her passion, and she just...
You did what?
It was dumb. But
what you did? You said what? He just offered $50,000.
She fucked up the church's money.
For real. He just offered $50,000. Mm-hmm. If you only needed 10, you could have sold 10, had 40,000, and I could have got some stuff.
Right.
Because I would have got you some stuff. I'm just not understanding where was the disconnect?
But how... You knew enough to be like, that's not what you do.
No, but remember
I
told you, in the book I say, I had left them by themselves because I was tired of being the third wheel. When I wasn't around, she did the dumb shit.
I left you for 5 minutes. You fucked it up.
That's what happened, yeah.
Because, it makes sense. Like, you can't...
I left her for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Because the reality is, most people, even your mother, your dog, cat, people do not like to give you cash. People do not like to write you checks. It doesn't make people feel good. Yeah. But people will take you on shopping sprees, trips, buy you coffee, gift you. But people do not like to give money. So it's just a sign of like, but he would have given her the money maybe after the shopping spree, or if she had an opportunity to say, this means so much for me. It's for cancer. It was like a charity event. It was like an actual event that she needed the money for. So it's like, I'm pretty sure he would have given it to her, but she didn't know. She didn't read your book.
Well, the book wasn't out then. The book wasn't out then, but some people just think that they have all the answers. I'm like, oh God, I don't know why she would do that, but it was a fail. Counteroffer fail.
So don't just be asking guys for money. But let's go into like single woman gems. So I felt like, so I think, did I mention this on or off camera? So my friend, she's already got the book. She's at a bar right now eating, making sure she's not at the hotel bar, because you said hotel bars are for the escorts already.
No, and you can go to the hotel bar. I'm just saying that they kind of already got that online. You could go, but there may not be no seats. I don't know.
I have been to some restaurants though, and I'm like, me and my other friend, and I'm like, they think we escorts, right? Because we'll sit at the bar, especially like a really this one super fancy restaurant in Brooklyn. They're like, are you by yourself? Do you have a reservation? So you sure? And I'm like, yeah, we just wanted one drink. Oh, one drink? I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But it's the one hotel's right there. Yeah. So, it makes sense that they're trying to go across the street. Mm-hmm. But so give us some single woman gems for how to get these type of guys. And
people always ask me, where do I find these guys? You literally can find them anywhere. You can find them at the gas station. You can find them at the grocery store. You can find them in the airport. You can find them. It does not matter.
So it's like, instead of Ciara's prayer, it's like Cutty's prayer.
My thing is, you can get a guy to give it. See, because everybody wants to find the millionaire and the billionaire.
Right.
You can get so much money out of the guy who makes regular money. Because the millionaire or the billionaire may not even give you any money. You know how many rappers are fucking girls for free, and billionaires, and, athletes, and...
Oh, we're going to get to that topic.
So all of these people are getting what they want sexually for $0 because of their popularity or their status.
Absolutely.
So you could probably get more money out of the guy who works for FedEx. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's like people, they're shooting for that millionaire, billionaire status, They don't have to.
Right.
All you need to do is find a guy, any guy, regular guy, and tell him what you want and what you expect. You know, so right now, I travel a lot. You can meet guys in the airport. I met a scientist in the airport. I think I mentioned this in the book, that I met a scientist in the airport, and he lived in San Francisco, and he flew into San Francisco and showed me a really good time out there or whatever. And
nice.
Now he didn't give me any money,
okay,
but he showed me San Francisco in a way that nobody else could have. Well, not nobody, but you know, he showed it to me in a very luxury,
experience
way. You know, dinner on the freaking Golden Gate Bridge, you know, with a whole bunch of bottles of wine and eating all this food that I didn't want to eat, that he's like, you have to try this. It's so good. I'm like, I don't eat that. But I could say I tried it. You know, he wanted to take me to all these fine restaurants. I'm going to take you for the best so-and-so and so in San Francisco. I'm like, I'm from the Bronx. Like, come on. Like, they got oxtail out here. You know. But, so and when people ask me that, I'm always like, listen, you're setting your expectations way too grand. Like, you could find the guy from, you know, that you meet on the train going to work every single day and get and live a very marvelous life with him.
Right.
You know, you guys get in a relationship, you put all your cards on the table, you know what he wants. I have a friend, right? She has a very rich boyfriend. He wants nothing from her. He gives no shit about how much money he gives her, anything. All he wants is to come home and everything is done. He does not want to clean. He does not want to do the laundry. He does not want to, you know, mop the floor. Make sure my bathroom is clean. Yeah, you got a maid, but you're like...
Get a maid, for sure. But he probably got a little OCD, though, too.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, she's to a degree, like, oh, he want a maid. That's your job.
Yeah.
For the week, once a week,
okay,
keep this house clean, do this laundry, make sure the dishes are done. You he just wants stuff, you know, nice and comfortable when he comes home. She don't got to worry about nothing. You know, so it's kind of like you can get some people who, you know, have a lot of money and you do your part. Like, I'm just saying that some girls, they'll feel like they don't have anything to offer a certain type of guy or whatever the case is. I'm like, girl, the stuff that they want don't have nothing to do with money.
Right. Because you spoke about that in like the over 30 and the under 30. Like, you may have something to offer. Like, it's not about how you look. It's not about how old you are, but it's like you can still offer.
Under 30, you are you know, you can play the little PYT role. And then over 30 is like, I'm not playing these games with you.
Right. I'm not playing these games with you. So, we are going to eat here.
Right, exactly. And so I went on a date not too long ago. And I'm not going to lie, you know, I'm used to what I'm used to with these guys. This guy, I mean, he made probably $100,000 and something a year, right? And we went out and we went to a restaurant, and at the end of the night, he was like, whew, next time we go out, I'm letting you order first, because since you like to order shit, you know, I gotta see what you gonna order, because you see
my bling.
You like to order 2 entrees. I'm like,
and
yeah, but that's literally. But I eat like that even by myself. Like, but okay, you know how like there's always been this running thing about $200 dates, like on Twitter and stuff like that. So I think my bills usually come to like $120 because I eat everything. I order everything.
Absolutely.
So one day, like on Twitter, somebody was like, something, the bill is $120. I was like, $120? Who didn't eat?
I was like, that's me.
I'm freaking shit. That's all.
But
all
was
the
it
stuff I
just
ordered.
because the amount of money, or because that type of guy just doesn't like to eat out at like really nice places, or he's really frugal, like as far as
I don't know how much
concerned.
the bill was. I have no clue.
I didn't even look at it.
I don't know how much the bill was. I have no clue. But I will say that it was like oh well, you know.
Right.
And I didn't feel bad. I looked at him more like, okay, so you know.
So you didn't go on a second date with him?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
But he was prepared. Shoot.
Was he prepared or was he like, let me pick the
Well,
spot
you know,
next time?
he did pick the spot next time, and it wasn't anywhere near as expensive, but it was still nice.
Got you.
And we had started getting familiar with each other, so I didn't. And like I said, he has children. You know, he got to pay for like all his stuff or whatever the case is. So it's not about trying to milk him, but he literally said to me, babe, before I see you again, I got to get paid. So,
oh wow,
like, cause it was nice to see you, and that was a little expensive. I was like, okay.
And you were fine with that.
Yeah,
you were just fine with the honesty. Like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
See.
The bar stuff, that's in the book, the solo dining 101. People are very scared to eat out, by themselves.
I don't know why. That's the best thing ever.
Scared. Yeah, I love eating out by myself.
Well, there are some spots that that people are going to be a little like predatory. So you're like, all right, you got to be a little bit, or especially if it's like, some spots in Brooklyn where it's like some old sugar daddy dude that you don't want,
I really do love like the low key, like I like silence and I like to be by myself.
Yeah.
So I try to, like a lot of the steakhouses are not that crowded. Like around, like especially later on in the evening, right after work, they are crowded. I didn't even realize that until.
Yeah, you can't go at that 6 p.m.
Yeah, there's a lot of. That's the tip right there. That's when you go. If you're single and you want to meet a guy, you go after work to all the steakhouses, Roots Chris, Capitol Grill.
But if they're so busy, the bar's going to be like super crazy, and then they're with coworkers and stuff like that, or talking about business. Is that?
No, but they're winding down. They're talking. They're chilling. They're mingling.
So 6 o'clock or like maybe like the 7, 8 o'clock time when it's like.
I would say between 6 and 8.
Okay.
Like people are winding down and chilling and letting their hair down. Okay. Their tie is off. Okay. It's really just coworkers having a drink. Okay. I noticed that because I go there by myself a lot around that time, and then I'm like, if I was looking for somebody, this would be the right time if my hair was done and stuff. Right.
And you also said like a wing woman is like really good for people who like
get somebody else single who like. I mean.
Not your friend and from Brazil, but like a person who's single and got some of their wits and things together.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she was saying to have a wing woman because like if you like I have some friends who just are not good at talking to guys. They do not know how to go up to guys. But if you have a friend who's really personable and is like, a guy comes over and he's like, let me buy you a drink. And then you can kind of make a conversation like after that.
And you need like a cool girl, because some girls, their personality is just so trash.
Oh my goodness. Or so they just stink for no reason. Oh God, it's fine. Like, no, we supposed to be getting these
like,
drinks,
stop
y'all.
pushing them away. Like, be nice. Like, It's weird. Yeah.
Okay, but what if like your wing woman is like, okay, this is like a test. You get a wing woman, but she's like drop dead gorgeous or whatever, but she's supposed to be your wing woman, but now she's going to the guys and she's backing them away. So that's not a good wing woman. So can they be like super more attractive than you? Like, you can be like, nah, bitch. We supposed to be like on the same playing field. Or
you don't know what guys like.
That's true.
That's all I gotta say.
What can people expect on the book tour?
For the book event, I didn't want it to be like a regular book signing because the information in the book, I wanted people to like really get the full gist of it. I wanted it to really resonate with them. I wanted them to use these tools to implement them in their relationships with people. So how I do it is I started 2 years ago off with it being 30 people, right? I don't like them too big because a lot of people are scared to come alone. So I try to get them to come alone and let them know like it's going to be intimate. You don't have to worry. You're not going to get lost in the stores. You're not going to be in the back in the corner, and I do it. My first book event I walked in and they had the chairs like in rows like a classroom. I was like, oh no. First of all, I'm petrified of that. I'm very scared to be in front of people talking.
Okay.
And like I'm teaching like.
So you're not gonna do a TED Talk? Come on.
No.
We need a Cutty TED Talk.
So
putting that in the universe.
I was like, put these in a circle. I want to be in the circle with people. So we do it in a circle. It's book discussion, which people are like, oh, I didn't read the book. I'm like, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about regular stuff. You can chime in no matter what. And then, so I do that for about an hour and 10 minutes. And then after that, I have like this never have I ever game. Before 2 years ago, the game was like a scenario game. Like I went to every single person and said, would you do this for like this amount of money? Or would you do this for this? Like everybody had to say whether they would do it or not. But I didn't do that one this time because so many people are coming back again from the first book tour that it will be like the same thing.
Okay.
So now
they may have new things they doing money for, doing strange things for change.
So now I do a never have I ever game where everybody stands up, and if they did not do the scenario, they sit down. If they did, they stand up, they stay standing, and they drink. So some of the scenarios are like, have you ever signed up for a sugar daddy website? If you've never done that, you sit down. Have you ever paid a guy's cell phone bill? Have like things that in relation to their situations with men. And then the third segment is role play, where I make two people get in the middle, and then I give them a scenario. It's mostly for the girls to act out how they would approach a guy about something. So like, let's say, for example, one of the scenarios may be, you find out that your man is paying his mother's rent, but you two split rent. Okay. How do you approach him? So then they got to act it out. It gets so funny because, girls are like, that's my mama. What you want? And she like, she ain't sucking your dick. So it's like, all types of things get said during these scenarios. And then like I do, when they first come in, they have to write an anonymous question on a index card. So like the last segment is me going in and answering the questions that they said anonymously. It was so funny. Like one thing I remember vividly is in Orlando, somebody said something about being a virgin. Everybody was like, who's the virgin?
Oh, hell.
Wait, no. Which one are you a virgin? like the whole time, everybody's like trying to figure out who the virgin is. We couldn't figure it out. I still don't know.
Oh no.
So yeah, but right now
she was a virgin and wanted like a sugar daddy. Like what?
No, I don't remember what the question was.
Like, no, she 0 to 100.
I think she wanted to know about like how to go about not losing her virginity, but maybe using her virginity. I was like, you better sell that shit. You better sell it.
That is funny. Sell it.
Yeah. So now, but yeah, coming up is I only have 2 cities available right now. It's the DMV area. There's like 5 tickets left in LA in September. DMV is on July 28th and Los Angeles is
Is Brooklyn sold out already?
Yeah. Sold out twice. And it's 50 something people each one instead of the 30. I'm like, aye.
Oh,
2 Brooklyn sold out, Newark sold out, everything.
That's good stuff.
It's good. And as time goes on and they see what's going on, and I theme them. So for every city, we did a raffle. Like I put like clothing themes. So it's like some were, maybe it was floral or stripes or
yes, I saw that.
Like neon or this or that. So every city has their theme. And they're having fun, getting dressed for it. Like Miami was probably my favorite one because it was tea party. So I got to wear like a tea party dress. I never got to wear that before. But
and it's like
they're loving
Instagram
that.
worthy,
Yeah. So everybody's posted about it. So like that's how they started getting sold out because everybody's like, oh, what's that? Where'd you go? What was that about? And then people found what city that they could go to.
God, that's me. Okay, I'm not closing out yet because I definitely want to talk about this. The power of the pussy. That is. Okay. So because you're talking about like, you can say no to sex. Like, it doesn't equate, like, just because you get gifts, you do, you don't have to, have sex with these guys. And when I tell you the amount of pity fucks I had to talk about, like, women give out so many pity fucks all the time because they're like, oh, when he paid for dinner, or he did something nice for me, or we went on a trip. You don't have to do that. I know you cannot tell that to the girl in her, the Crystal or C. DeVone in her 20s. You can't say that to her because she's like, no, that was really nice, or I put myself in that situation. Yeah. Now I think we have a little bit more power, but how can you really like communicate that to women?
Well, I am definitely somebody who says, like, some people don't agree with this, what I'm about to say, but I am the type of person, like, if you don't want to have sex, don't put yourself in there. Like, don't put yourself in that environment. So no matter how enticing the trip to, Paris is, if you don't want to fuck him, don't go. Because I'm not saying that you will fuck him. You're
referring to trips more anything, or just like
or his
3
house,
o'clock
or
in the morning.
Whatever. So for example, for the trip thing, this is I get this a lot in my DMs. This guy wants to take me on a trip, but I don't want to have sex with him. But I really want to go on a trip. No, you don't want to go on a trip because you're not going on the trip. You're going with him. He is the trip. So it's kind of like, and you're not going to enjoy that trip the way you want to enjoy that trip if you're constantly having to fight him off, or you're, so paranoid about him. When is he going to ask for it? When is he going to try to touch me? You're going to try to ask him to put you in a different room, all of that stuff. No, he's not trying to do that. He wants you to go because he wants you to have sex with him. Now, sometimes you do get a guy who will put you in a different room, whatever the case is. Maybe you have disposable money, and they may even just do that to make it seem like they really not on that type of time, but at some point, they're probably going to try.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like him enough, I'm not saying if you don't like him enough to have sex with him, then why go? But it's like, if you don't want to have sex with him, you don't like him. Right? No? I don't know.
That's how we're talking here.
Well, I'm not saying that you don't like him enough. Some people are like, well, I don't know, because I'm the girl who has sex too fast. I'm the girl who has sex too fast. Like, I don't know. That's how I think.
You say you're the girl that what?
Has sex too fast.
Oh.
So, like, not that I do that with everybody, but that has been something that has hindered me from getting what I want out of guys in the past. Like, if I have sex with them too fast, and people are like, what's too fast? I'm like, before you get anything. Duh. So, let's say the 3 a.m. thing, first of all, just the house period. You go to his house, it sends a certain signal. Okay. It sends something. Like, whatever that wave, comes through as, is basically like, oh, there's a possibility that she may be down with this.
But you're referring to people that you do not know yet. Is this
someone people you have not sex with?
Yeah, okay.
People you have not had sex with.
Got you.
You go to their house, they think that there's a possibility. It doesn't matter what time it is. Like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon may not send the same message as 3 a.m. But going still puts you in that controlled environment where it's his house, and you're just looking like you are trying to be more intimate with him in this private setting, and sex goes down at 3 o'clock p.m. because I've done it at 3 p.m. So don't think that it doesn't, that nothing happens just because it's the afternoon, because it does, and it can.
So don't put yourself in a situation. You can say no. Say no. Just don't put yourself in a situations because.
Well, yeah, of course you can say no.
I have these arguments all the time because there's like, why would you be there if you didn't want to have sex with them? And I'm like, but I thought they were my friend. At the end of the day, you just got to be like, men are trash. I don't know. Right. They're trash. So just assume they all want to fuck.
I would say, if you know you don't want to, don't go. If you do go and you don't want to, you leave. Not only just say no, but you leave. You tried me. I'm not comfortable with that. So you trying me and I'm staying sends like he doesn't really know if you really mean no, or if you like, no, my reputation, or no, I don't know what you're gonna think about me, or no. And people don't like to really give men that slack, and because they're like, no is no. And I'm like, you know how many times I said no? And I really did want to do it. But it wasn't really no, I don't want to have sex with you. Is no, are you going to call me later? Like, I'll do it with you if I know you're going to call me later. But if I don't know you're going to call me later.
You going to call me?
Right,
you say you're going to call me?
Right, like, so there's, I'm not going to make it seem like there's some rapist, you know, like everybody's like a rapist or something like
there
that.
There are some rapey
No,
ass.
there's definitely some rapey ass guys. But it's not always that type of energy. You know, sometimes I remember saying no. And I really wanted to do it, but it was like, no. But I was saying no, but I really knew that I wanted to do it. Somehow we wound up still doing it, and I didn't feel like I was violated or raped or anything like that.
So let's ask about you. So the whole thing is career, relationships, and overall health. So we have to ask you now how you personally feel about these things.
Okay.
So I do everyone at the end with an emoji.
Okay.
Like it's like a rapper, artist or something. So since we're talking about sugar daddies and, you know, Drake's been known to pay for a couple of, you know, college tuitions and stuff like that. Allegedly. I don't know.
Here's a 10-piece for you just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved.
Exactly. So we do like 3 emojis. So we do like a happy Drake. We do like a median, like, you know, don't know Drake, and like a sad Drake.
All right.
So it's like happy, sad, you know, meh. So let's go into your career. How are you feeling about your career? What Drake emoji would you give yourself?
Yeah, because I'm still, every day I'm like, what? What the hell is going on? Like, who are you? I still don't know what this is. Some
like
days.
You don't know who you are because just everything.
No, you know. Okay, so I'm turning 33, right? So growing up, I wanted to be an English teacher my whole entire life. My whole entire life, I wanted to be an English teacher.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Who would have known, right?
Yeah, right. So I turned into Passport Cutty, but you know, for that whole half of your life, the internet was not anything near what it is now. Now my career is now the internet, like all internet based and stuff like that. So you're still technically trying to find your footing. You like there was nobody before you to really
absolutely
like you had other English teachers around, you know, you knew what to do, where to go, what happens. So this is the internet. It's like every single day just trying to figure out, you know, get your footing together. And then for me, I'm the personality. It's 2 things because I'm the author, but I'm also Passport Cutty. So it's like Passport Cutty is the personality, the stage presence, the person who makes everybody laugh and this and that. So, but then I write now. So then people want books. So they're like, they want you to write books, but then they want you to do a video every day. So they're like, hey, I want a book, but I also want a video. And then like, I also want you to reply to my email, and I want you to give me some advice, and I want you to, but then and then you got to build a team and like trying to find the right help, because not only are you now the personality, the writer, this, that, now you're also the accountant, the lawyer, the assistant, the manager, the publicist. Like, so it's a lot. So some days I'm like,
it's overwhelming.
Could I just need somebody. I just need a job. Like, somebody be a job. Like, Jesus, be a job. Right. Or some guidance or some, So some days is great. Some days is great being Cutty, you know? And then some days it's my head is on fire.
Right.
So that's why I'm like,
that's real though. That's real. All right, relationships. Child. What you got going on?
Oh, God. I was technically in a relationship for like 8 years. It was bad. It was great, but it was bad. Like at the same time.
Recently?
Yeah. Okay. Like the whole entire time that I was Cutty, I was dealing with somebody full time, but he was cheating. Yeah, I don't want to say exclusively, because he was cheating, so I was cheating back.
Oh man.
And then, but we really love each other. And then like I broke it off in March, and then I've been dating from like March until now. I mean, I've dated throughout that. No. I'm lying. I was going to say I dated, but I realized I was cheating.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. That I had to like put that in a tweet one day. Like dating and cheating aren't the same thing.
Got
Okay.
you.
Because cheating is like, if this doesn't work out, I still got my nigga. But
Right.
dating is like, if you don't work out now, I got to get back on the fucking internet and find another person, you know, like. So dating and cheating, two totally different things. So from March until now, I was dating, and I'm like, oh my God, just give me back my boyfriend, please.
Oh, no.
But more because of our lifestyle. Like, I ain't
Gotcha.
have to worry about nothing. Like, he was a cheater, but he loved the shit out of me, and he definitely was, we're very compatible, like super, super, super compatible. So now we don't know if we're getting back together.
Oh, there's a chance.
We're gonna go to couples counseling.
Ooh, this is getting juicy. Okay.
But we don't know. We're not together. We're not back together.
So but you can potentially meet another guy in between.
Yeah. I mean, he can't know. And don't make this a clip. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha.
Like
But your heart is
super
still a little
complicated.
there.
It's
Okay.
super complicated. It's more like, you know, he's definitely somebody who he got his own shit going on, so he's not intimidated by me. He will help me with all my endeavors, what you need, what you want, you know, like whatever. He's supportive, but he's also, it's like he's supportive, but then you're not really supportive when you're stressing me the fuck out by being with that bitch. You know, so it's kind of like.
That's a real one. You're not supportive if you stressing me out.
I'm like, hold on. Like, you're so good at this, but then you turn around and bring me down in that way, you know? So that's why. But we kind of like grew up together. Not grew up together, meaning like I know him since, I mean, I was 24 when I met him.
Okay.
So from 24 till now, we've grown up together from being in our 20s to like being over 30 and being grown and being like, all right, like, are you done yet?
Okay.
And I always say, you know, like, this is one thing I say now in hindsight, because at 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, I was beating his ass. But, you know, like every single time I found out about somebody. But I would say now at turning 33, I'm like, did you really think that a 26-year-old was never going to fuck another bitch? Girl, you bugging, you know?
Right.
But it's like, all right, I let you fuck them. Are you done?
Right.
Are you done? Like, are you done yet? Like, bruh, what's going
Right.
on? Shit.
So you just think he needs to maybe grow up?
Yeah, you know what? Well, he's a Sag.
Of course. I could have told you that. I'm like, I believe you're my cousin of mine. Right? We were separated at
Very,
first.
very, very compatible people.
Yeah.
So,
but all Sagittarius men cheat. Did I not say?
Oh, no, they're
okay. No. I have my dad was a Sag. Sagittarius women do not cheat. You know? Not us. Sag men, I mean,
But you know what? Sag men are not really. I mean, Sag women are not really the biggest cheaters.
When they want to settle down, the men, yes, but they are going to be very possessive, and it's just going to be.
I like possessive.
Yeah.
I'm a Leo. Like we're cool with possessive. We're cool with possessive. Okay. He's not like he's possessive, but not controlling. Okay. You know. So I mean, and he's obsessive because Sagittarius men are obsessive.
No, that's across the board. Obsessive personality,
possessive and obsessive, and I love it. So it's like he's all about me. I tell people all the time, like, because my nigga been about me.
You all about me, yet you cheating. Oh, I just want to smack him.
But you know, because they're so guarded that it's like, oh, just in case you try to play me, I got to make sure that I got so much stuff under my jacket. I mean, you know, under my belt, that just in case you try to hurt me, you can't really hurt me because I already hurt you first and you ain't even know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope that works out. The last one is your health. How's your mental health? How are you feeling? How are you physically feeling? Like, what's going on
Me and
there?
my therapist are like besties, and I'm such an advocate for I'm such an advocate for therapy. I've been going for 4 years. It changed my life tremendously. I suggest it and recommend it to
Absolutely,
everybody.
yeah.
I love therapy. I go every single week. Spend all my money. She doesn't take insurance.
She good.
Rather, she a good
The
one.
best ones be like, no, I cash.
Yeah, exactly.
Venmo.
Yeah, exactly. So, therapy really, really, really changed my life. It actually made me a lot more mature. It helped me face a lot of my I don't want to say demons, struggles, battles, maybe demons. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So your mental health, you would give the happy Drake face?
Oh, yeah.
We did. I think the relationship I may have skipped over was, are we giving it the meh?
Yeah.
And we figuring it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it's complicated. It's
right.
And then mental health, great. But physically, I need to go to the gym and need to stop eating oxtail and rice and peas.
I'm the hot yoga queen. We can do this together.
God,
we got the short hair. We out here. We can do this.
Short hair's the worst.
I know. Just slick it down.
No, I really want. I've been trying. I was doing so good with a trainer, and then my grandmother passed away 2 years, and I never went back to the gym again. I was like, that was my silent protest.
Right.
You're like,
do not, don't do that.
I was like, you took my grandma. I'm never doing a squat again. Fuck you. I never.
You gotta take care of yourself.
I know. I need to.
All right. So how can people find the book? How can people find you?
The book is on
the tour. We sold out.
Well, DMV Toronto. DMV Toronto and LA. You can come to.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my book is on Amazon. It's the pink one for anybody who still somehow finds the black one. It's The Eminent Man is for Money Reloaded. It's on Amazon for paperback, ebook, and Audible. So that's on iTunes. The Audible is on iTunes as well.
And it's her voice. So it's definitely feels like she's in your house.
Yeah.
Like I was cooking to it.
The ebook is on iTunes, Amazon, Nook, and GooglePlay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find me on Twitter at Passport_Cutty. YouTube, I'm building up my YouTube.
Okay.
I'm putting more unique things on there, different from Instagram. So I have longer things on YouTube. Twitter, Passport_Cutty. And I'm just, watch, you can scroll down, watch a lot of my videos. I haven't been posting as many videos right now because I'm on tour. So I'm doing a lot of tour stuff, but the videos are really what made me really popular.
They're so
and they're
funny.
so funny. I sometimes I watch my own videos.
They just
and
come to your head just out of nowhere.
I'm like, you're so funny. Oh my God. Why you thought of that? Oh, you're so cool.
I'm trying to finish up, but okay, so when you get married, what's going to change about Cutty? Because everybody wants to hear about your dates and relationships. There's going to be a whole evolution.
I know. No, because I really want to write. I want to write. So for right now, Passport Cutty is still in the, in her prime, but I want to transition into film. So let's say, for example, when you read the book, people are like, oh my God, you need to make this into a series. All of these stories are so vivid. I want to see this on screen. So I might do something like that, transition the stories.
Okay.
Into film. And then, so eventually I just want to kind of come from behind in front of the camera and just write and do more production and stuff. So
thank you for tuning in to Music Men and My Mental. I'm DeVone. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at Music Men and My Mental. You can email us and questions or just say hi, all that. Thank you to Passport Cutty. Make sure that you download the book, get the Audible, and get the actual book because you want to see the actual points that she gives, the references that she gives, and how to say things because the Audible, you can't see the actual words.
Yeah.
You just can listen. So make sure you do both. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. All right. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.